So this is the mulching job we done, I'd say at least a month or so ago. I came and mulched this backyard, and I've got to take these 3 hardwoods, this one, and that one next to the machine. Since we have taken the exhaust off, it's absolutely freaking obnoxious. So I've got to take these 3, and which some of the trees grew some bikes through it too, so that's why I just threw it off. And then I've got to take the terrace off right down back behind here, because they're getting rid of that one and bringing in a nice newer one. So I'm going to take these suckers down pretty tall. I'm going to cut them up, throw them over there to the side, and then I'm going to dig the terrace down from right over here to over there, and then also try to push up some of this mulch and then put everything down right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and dig this one, push this one over, we'll get everything dropped, and then chainsaw everything else down. So this is kind of what it leaves afterwards, which, I mean, you can have a tractor come in here or, you know, rake it up. So this ain't a problem. Go ahead and get this, and then as you can see, I kind of started on the terrace, so that way. But friggin' exhaust is stupid loud. It sounds like a motorcycle idling. So I think there's still a dead cylinder, which look like I got 4 or 3 injectors left. So we'll go ahead and get this tore down, and also these trees right here. This is where they're going to set it up, but they said for right now they want these done and then see where it lands. So I figured a few hours because of digging all this up and then having to push everything down. Well, with the exhaust being so stupid loud and the exhaust absolutely smothering me, so far so good. I got that stuff, some of that stuff was wrapped around these trees that was growed up into the roots and stumps, stuff like that, threw it to the side. I got some big mounds which I kind of pushed to the side, and then once I get all this, I'm going to smooth this out a little bit, and then I'm going to dig this out a little bit right there where all the grass is at. And then I think there was 6 trees total. Some of them was big, but luckily these 3 that was right here, and I just kind of dug all around them, and they just all fell. So then I'm gonna push all the mulch and scrape everything behind it, so that way when it's actually the burn ban is released or up, then they can actually burn it. But that's some oaks and stuff like that. That way that gives it time to dry out, but also they can actually see how much property they got now and then what exactly they need to do next. But everything's going good. I would set this up and record, but that exhaust is too loud, and there's not really a place to set it, but it's all good. So just a small little job, then we'll go to our next one probably tomorrow. I guess that's asking for too much. Everything was going great. Now it's all freaking muddy. So awesome day. All right, got the old turd bucket. Stupid exhaust, man, it's obnoxious. So what I've done is I come back for the second day since I got rained out, and so I pushed all those trees up, which my chainsaw, I mean, literally that's brand new. It's just a turd. Husqvarna is a turd. I got to cut that up a few more things and then push, because this is where one of the stumps was at, and then I was just kind of pushing all the, as you can kind of see where it's dipping. So got a bunch of roots pushed up. It's hard to grade when you got garbage in there too, which this is not their fault, just because this is where they had it dumped off. Kind of just came in, just kind of pushed it off, so it come in with a rough grade. It's kind of hard to tell with the sunlight, but it's rough to do it with one of these right here. It's a lot better with a skid steer, but taking these because it's hard to back drag this stuff right here. So I'm gonna clean this up a little bit, and got a bunch of stumps I'm gonna try to clean up and try to push all this dirt right in here, because you can kind of tell it dips, and it dips right over here. But this is what we got, what I got going on. So trying to pick up some of this stuff, because grading's hard to do with this junk in there. All right, so I believe I finished this up. You can kind of tell rough grading with an excavator is pretty hard, but they just wanted me to come over here to kind of clean this up. Because they're going to move this, so they're upgrading, so they're buying a new one, putting it right here, but they're going to burn some of this stuff and get it cleaned up. It could use a little bit better, but if I had my skid steer in a bucket, it'd been 10 times better. Got a little low spot there. But once I dig that fence up, I can come in and actually grade it a lot better. So this is what I got. So they're gonna put their home right here. So once we get that burned up, cleaned up a little bit, it'll be a lot better. I can come in with my skid steer and kind of actually grade it a little bit better. They told me just to kind of make it smooth, but if I made it too much of a grade, they want it, I think they want it a little bit deeper, but this is gonna be a lot better just because it ain't gonna rush right under their new place. But you know, most of this will have to be graded, cleaned up. They're just trying to do a little bit at a time. So this is what we got. Kind of smooth this up a little bit. So I mulched this little whole little corner. This is our little property back behind. So they're wanting to actually move this and then bring in a new one, so that way they can be back side of the property. Yeah. So finishing up. All right, so I'm at my second job. Yesterday was supposed to try to get both of them, but I'm working on this dirt pile, this one, and that third one over there. Hoping to be done with it by the end of the day, but it's got a bunch of garbage in it too. But I've only been working for about an hour. I'm also trying to pick this up for the customer too. So I'm just kind of dragging it out and then just kind of throwing it, and then I can go back and use the blade. So very simple, just trying to move it pretty quickly. Finished up. Yeah, I hear you.